The curatorial statement Foreigners Everywhere this year is very multi-layered. And there are so many ways in which I could have also responded. But I chose to tackle the it's a micro-history that happened in the States in the early 1900s after the first big wave of immigration after First World War in 1914. And I chose by that to talk about Ellis Island, which is this very large immigration station in New York. It was the main portal of immigrants into the United States. And in this immigration station, they were classifying immigrants by having them do a series of cognitive tests. And so the work chooses one test in particular and looks at how our ways of looking at immigrants back then, also treating them as aliens, was, contributing to further classifying them. When you become a foreigner, you're constantly trying to adapt into a new context, whether it's social, political, or even geographical, like even your body is constantly trying to adapt. And I think that in that process of adaptation, there is some sort of, I don't know if improvement is the word, but there's like a process where you are constantly being reassessed and assessing yourself and your experience to that place and the people that you are encountering. I think my artistic language can be defined by the hybridity of mediums that I use. I mostly work with moving image as a video artist, but even by working with moving image, I try to include other layers or other mediums, like archive, for example. And this work has an archival material that, while thinking about how to present it to the public, we thought, okay, maybe a way of presenting it in an interesting way would be to feature the archive on these light boxes that you see in the work. So these are archival material that we extracted from the book published by the US Public Health Department in the early 1900s. And there are the video, and the video, even though it's HD, it was shot on 16 millimeter. And then there's also sound. I think sound is a very important aspect of this work, but of my work in general. I think that there is so much that can be told through sound that sometimes image cannot tell. And this is how the work, in my opinion, at Giardini is very much told by the soundscape in the room. I feel like that's what art can do. Like, if it saves us, it's because it's giving us some sort of awareness, whether an expanded or a brief awareness, but any type of awareness is important into these micro histories or global histories. And hopefully that we can, by having awareness about them, learn from them.